Yo. All right. Where are we? Yo. 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 Hello? Hello?
You're in the wrong chat.
Can you hear me? Can anyone
Yeah,
hear
you're
me?
in the general chat.
But can you hear me? Yo. 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 Hey. Can y'all hear me? What the fuck is going on? What?
That's a nice fan base you got there.
What?
That's a nice fan base you got there.
I do have... Hello? Can y'all hear me?
I can.
Awesome. We're just gonna do it from this channel. Fuck it. White Mephisto, you're gonna be my co-host.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, what a joke. Alright, Bengal, are you there? Holy
Yeah.
shit. And I've been streaming for the last 10 minutes.
Have you really?
I think so.
You're not even in the right.
Welcome to the pool.
You left
What's
the Bengal channel.
up, dick balls? Oh my
Did you realize
gosh.
that?
Can everyone hear Bengal?
Yes, I can hear Bengal just fine. How do you do, sir?
Oh, okay. So my kid... Hey. God damn it.
What?
Anyways. I'm trying to do a show here.
We're having some difficulty with the tree of urination.
Yeah, where's Tree?
Hey, dude, we
Hey.
talked all about this. How we were gonna go into the other chat and close it off.
Jonathan,
You seem
turn
like
that
you
down.
were.
I can hear the feedback. I can hear the feedback. I don't want to hear it. Hello? Are you guys there? I'm sorry, I had to yell at my kid.
Yeah.
All right.
I heard.
Everyone can hear everyone right now, right? Is that what's going on?
We had talked about, not even 5 minutes ago, well, like 10 minutes ago probably, going into my channel so we could close it off, and then you just...
I know, we literally did that, but then it said I needed to do push to talk or some shit, and then I just couldn't do it. And so...
Maybe that was Tree's problem. He's having a similar issue.
Yeah, tell him to just enable whatever, and I don't know. Anyways, why don't y'all just be quiet, and I'll do my freaking... I had a whole intro planned out and everything. This is not going well. All right. Let's act like it's starting all from the beginning, right? All right, there we go. We can set the fucking mood here. Bastards. All right.
Okay. Fuck. All right.
Okay.
Oh, Tree is in!
All right.
Oh!
Yay.
What's up? Y'all can hear the music
What's up,
too,
man?
right? Can you hear that in
Why
the
would I be
background?
able to hear?
I don't hear any music, my man. But
You don't hear it? Hold on. God
I-
damn. Can y'all hear the music?
Oh, I figured out the issue, by the way.
Good
Yeah, what's
job,
up?
man.
With the other channel, I didn't see there was a setting that I needed to change, apparently.
was it
All
because
right.
I was regular, not a mod?
No, it wasn't at all. It was just, there was a setting that says, when this is not allowed, members must use push to talk. And it was not allowed.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I guess kind of in a way, it was because you weren't a mod.
Maybe, but as I said, like, I'm sorry I'm late. I hit traffic when I was trying to go to the gym, and I was dealing with my own personal show prep, so.
All right, so apparently it's just everyone else talk on my show.
Right?
All right, I had a monologue ready for y'all.
We could go back now if you'd like to.
Okay,
We're-
let's pretend that we're starting at the beginning. I'm gonna turn this damn
Are you
music off.
streaming?
I'm gonna do my fucking monologue, and then I'm gonna have y'all talk.
Want me to do a countdown just to make it right?
Okay. People other than Tree and Bengal, this is like a class. You gotta be quiet, okay? Actually, everyone be quiet. Alright, so. Yes. Welcome back to another edition of the Unnamed Show. And of course, we have so much that has happened last week. And we're here to take a giant cornfield shit of hot takes all over it. As I'm aware, if you're watching this stream, you're not dead, and this weekend in the NFL was nothing short of what the fuck. It all started out with the players either standing, kneeling, or not coming out at all. One player that did stand up was this man here, Alejandro Villanueva, who is a West Point graduate, reservist in the military, did 3 tours in the Middle East, and is manlier than all of us combined. And to prove that, he came out of the tunnel to stand with his fellow Americans and honor the national anthem, even when his team wanted to play hide and seek in the locker room, both before it and during the game. We'll get to that. I'm sure you're waiting on my comments, and I like to keep things as apolitical as possible, but I'm going to say this. What the fuck kind of world do we live in where whether you stand or sit for the anthem is even a question? Unfortunately, this is the result of a generation of people who've grown up not experiencing trauma from a foreign entity in their entire lives. So what I'm saying here is, yes, the Gulf War and Whitney Houston singing, that was in 1993. That's ancient history. 9/11, America's darkest hour, was 16 years ago. So if you just do the math, a 6-year-old who has very little recollection or understanding of that event is now playing in the NFL. Almost none of you remember that pride was at an all-time high after 9/11. The trauma this generation of millennials like Bengal has faced has been terrible school shootings occasionally, spotty internet connection, and Justin Bieber's fame. So over the past 15 years, all the threats that have to this country have come from within. You've got cops killing black men, people shooting cops, white supremacists, Antifa. Not once has the very safety of this nation been overtly threatened by an outside entity. So with all this petulant generation has to turn its anger, the only place it can go is within. So this is a lot like what killed the Roman Empire. So however you feel about standing or kneeling during the anthem, it's not up for me to decide. I will say this. My dad served in the military for 26 years. We traveled the world, and by the time I was 10, I had been in 10 different schools. I've seen appalling squalor and strife in developing nations that would make you puke. I've also learned how good we have it here. So it's so good that you have the choice whether to stand or kneel before an absolutely meaningless football game. So I hope that anybody listening to this, I hope you take a second to reflect on how lucky we are to live in the most developed nation in the history of mankind. We are so hyper-evolved. We are able to argue in real time about someone's athletic ability versus having to hoe a field to keep our family alive this winter. And I will say I'm grateful for you, this opportunity to reach you, and for being here. I know this monologue wasn't funny, but fuck it. Let's get to the show, shall we? All right. Tree, Bengal, any comments to my opening monologue there? I'm going to give you 30 seconds.
I would say the main thing there is I feel like they're all doing this the wrong way. I feel like everyone's just overreacting. I feel like Trump overreacted to the entire protest. I feel like it's giving it credibility. And at the same time, the NFL has completely gone off the deep end in this regard and just giving it a brand new set of legs that it doesn't deserve. I mean, look at every single owner giving statements about how divisive, like, his comments are when kneeling for the flag. It's the epitome of divisive. Like, you literally see, LaShawn McCoy doing stretches in the middle of the field. Like, our teams, like, openly, like, just not showing up for the anthem. It's the epitome of that sort of issue.
Yeah, I mean, I would say Trump. Actually, it starts with the NFL. Like, the NFL could have shut it down last year. Roger Goodell fined, what's his name, D'Angelo Williams for wearing pink stuff in his hair. He could have been like, hey, look, everyone has to stand. But obviously he didn't want to make a statement, that would say, what side of the fence he was on. But then, Trump, he's not a politician, man. I was actually talking to my neighbor about this. If he really knew what he was doing, he would just say, he would invite Colin Kaepernick to the White House. He would invite everyone that took a knee and said, you know what, let come down. I'll do a horrible Trump and come to my office. We'll sit, we'll talk about it. And then all he had to do was extend the invite, and if they turned him down, he wins, right? He was like, look, I invited you to the White House and you didn't want to talk about this. And if they did come, then he would have them where he wanted them. But he's obviously not a politician. He's pretty petulant. He wants to tweet shit out. So anyways, that Bengal, the youngest member of the contingent, do you have an opinion here?
I could have sworn that you said Bengal and not tree. I must have misheard. Although, like, what is a millennial? Like, someone born in the new millennium, or just
millennial? Like, technically, is somebody who was born from like 83 to I think 97. I want to say, and then after that's Gen Y.
What? I don't even know, man.
How does that even make sense? I don't know.
Your generations, bro.
Yeah, it seems like he's an expert. But yeah, your stream went down like 8 times during the monologue, but it was a beautiful monologue, and I'm glad I could be there for all of it.
Thanks. All right, let's get to sports, okay? Since we talked, I took up the opening part. I want to talk about what happened to the Ravens.
Game in time for sports. Game just in time for sports.
All right, if you're gonna be in the voice channel, you got to be quiet though. It's cool, Mario fanboy. We let everybody in. I couldn't figure it out, but Bengal, Tree, and I are hosting, and then I don't know, whatever. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
All right, let's talk sports. What the hell happened to the Ravens? Like, here's the best Ravens highlight, I think, right here. Oh wait, that's not a highlight, and then it just got worse from there. What the fuck happened? That was terrible. it's a shame that Reigning Ravens isn't here to comment on this. But
True shame.
yeah, what do you think, fellas? What happened?
I personally think the Ravens left all of their talent in America. It still wasn't able to go through British customs, and as a result, we're not dealing with anything. And that is what you're dealing with right now. And that is why the Ravens dealt with that. And I think we can truly confirm that Joe Flacco is elite.
Yeah.
28 yards.
I think you need to put a D in front of that and just delete Joe Flacco. How about the fake punt, though? Let me see if I can find that. How do you let a fake punt happen down 37-0? Like, that is the worst thing I've ever seen, honestly.
Well, it happened to the Jaguars last year. Remember, Marquette King did it. So, for revenge.
It wasn't even against the Ravens. It was against the Raiders. But still, why would you want to do that unless you're very butthurt about what happened last week? Like, you want to just take some anger out on someone, and it happened to be the Ravens.
Yeah, man. Totally. It was totally unfair. That did not sound like Bengal.
It was not.
I'm sorry.
Hey, wait. Can I mute everybody? That maybe that's the thing. White, I'm gonna leave you on just because I trust you.
Okay.
But everybody else, I'm gonna mute. I think I can do that. That's how I solve this problem. Butt fumble. You're already muted yourself. Great. And then yes, man. All right, White, you get to stay in. Don't you have a YouTube channel, White?
I just started. Oh, yeah, I just started it.
Okay.
All
right. You're a quote unquote a creator, so I'm gonna let you stay in. All right.
Happy channel, man.
All right. I love this. This is called Jaguars Show No Mercy. Is that the most insulting thing that you can do to another team? Is up 37-0 is to lay a fake punt on them?
I would say personally the more insulting thing would probably be just like putting the score on. You know, Bill Belichick, it's like, oh, it's 4th down on the 25, go for it, whatever.
I mean,
it's just rubbing salt in the wound. It's like they don't care. This is their Super Bowl. They're trying to appease the fans in London so they can move there eventually. So let them have their victory.
Dude, Shahad Khan.
I've always been a big fan of the disrespect with the taking a knee when the game isn't close to over. Like, 4th quarter, like 12 minutes left, 1st down, just knee the ball.
Shit, they could have brought in Kaepernick just to take a bunch of knees.
I think going for it for like on trees on fire tonight. I like how the punter faked like it went over his head. Like, I mean, they didn't just do it, they sold it. They really wanted to piss on them. And speaking of pissing, what happened to the Steelers, Tree? Okay, so apparently...
I am honestly, I am not surprised by this. The Steelers play down to their competition like it is a goddamn epidemic. And personally, I loved every second of it. I was laughing my ass off when they lost to the Bears because, as I said, this is what they do. They nearly lost to Cleveland. They've lost to Cleveland in 2009. I mean, this has been an issue since Cowher. They play down to their competition every single time. I feel like Ravens-Steelers is going to be close because I feel like the Ravens are going to be embarrassed from last week. And I think the Steelers, they just play down. And I think they're going to have trouble with that defense, especially on the road. And people don't realize Ben Roethlisberger is not a good quarterback on the road anymore. He's pedestrian. And let's face it, if you can't do that, you're not getting to the Super Bowl. And it was really hilarious seeing the angry Inters, though, because they think that they're the greatest team ever. They're going to Super Bowl, and now you got to fire Tomlin and kill everybody. But what do I know?
Well, I thought you started talking before I get my joke in. You know, they stayed in the locker room for the anthem, and they stayed in there throughout the entire game because
they left Fallon in that locker room too. Don't get me wrong.
They look bad. I mean, how do you lose to a team that starts Mike Glennon? I mean, they
were shooting themselves in the dick all day. You see that guy Marcus Cooper? He was showboating at the 20-yard line. He stripped the ball. They got around to the strip.
Yeah.
They had fumbles, interceptions. They were bearing it up like there was no tomorrow.
This is the
But,
picture of
like-
greatness right here. This is greatness. This is athletic prowess in one man right here. This.
Mike Lennon is more elite than Joe Flacco.
Ooh, wow.
Ooh, that's a nuclear
Let's put it
take.
that way.
Wow, reigning Ravens isn't even here to defend his quarterback, man. I mean, God, look at this.
He doesn't
dude.
know what he's talking about. Is why.
You think he looks
No,
at him through
he doesn't watch
rose-colored?
the games.
Yeah.
You could play like clips from 1999 with Jonathan Ogden taking the field, and Double R would be like, "This is a good game this week." Like Double R, this was 20 years ago. You're like, oh,
Let me put
really?
it this way: if you put up stat lines between Trent Dilfer in 2001 and Joe Flacco today, I don't think you'd be able to tell the difference.
Yeah, it's sad. And speaking of quarterbacks that people look at through rose-colored glasses, like, first of all, I have to ask the question: what the fuck happened to the Giants? Okay, like this is the Bengal and 5 points misery hour, but that game was literally like getting punched in the balls repeatedly. That's what it felt like.
They got fucked over by the refs. What the fuck is a catch anymore? Like, I'm dead serious. Like Shepard's catch gets disallowed, but Beckham's catch is allowed.
That was clearly a catch by every rule. So
Well, but I think Shepard's catch was a catch.
which
But
one?
Well,
I'd say
okay,
the first
so
one in the end zone.
that one I remember, though he did not complete. If I'm gonna be the person that says that Dez didn't catch it, I have to equally say that Shepard didn't catch it because he didn't complete the catch to the ground. But the problem I have with is he scored a touchdown the play before, right? And then that gets overturned. And I thought it was indisputable evidence. This New York replay booth is they are looking at everything in slow motion and dissecting it down to the individual molecule, whether something was a touchdown or not. And it ended up fucking both teams. It ended up fucking the Giants out of a touchdown that they needed, and Detroit. They lost that game on some bullshit. So
Poor Detroit.
now I'm gonna
This is literally like Thursday for them. Like, you have a great chance. You have a chance to go 3-0 and be at the top of your division, and then you get fucked over by archaic NFL rules. Because here's my question: why is it 10 seconds when they could have gotten down and gotten a snap off in about 5 to 6?
The whole thing was a travesty. That entire play, it didn't make any sense. And NFL reffing all around was terrible the whole weekend. I mean, the Giants.
It's always been terrible, dude. This is how
true.
it always goes.
But I want to hear Bengal's hot take real quick. I want to hear his lamenting, his sadness about the game.
You know, it's just growing up a Giants fan, you get used to it. You lose to teams that you're not as bad as, and it's happened over and over and over and over and over again. And it's just absolutely ridiculous. The Giants were no-shows for the first 3 quarters of the game. And then finally in the fourth quarter, you're like, hey, this is the Giants team that we thought we were going to get the entire year. And then, I mean, they didn't deserve to win that game, if I'm being honest. If you don't show up for 3 quarters of a football game, and then suddenly you come alive in the fourth, and then by some manner you don't manage to win the game, whether it's a 61-yard field goal from whoever, you know, it's just so tough to be a Giants fan.
It is very hard.
I've made my grievances known on Twitter. Basically, an Eric Flowers hate page. Eli Apple is a disgrace. I hate my life, basically.
I hate your life too because it's mine. And watching Eli Apple just struggle and just like you're like,
he's Eric Flowers, but on defense and a little bit less. That's all he is.
About his mom, don't you remember, guys? His mom is so full of personality.
It's like Brent Grimes and Miko, his wife. I don't know if you guys seen some of the birthday cake images, but they're vile. Brent Grimes' birthday cake.
I have not seen it. Should we? Hold on.
It's not safe for this stream. No.
Oh, okay. Should I Google that or A2M? Should I Google A2? Okay, Brent.
I'll look it up.
Okay, Brent Grimes cake. Safe search better be on, or I'm hitting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks. I'm making that my desktop background when I'm done with this stream.
His wife made that.
All right, his wife made it for him. Thanks. All right, speaking of vile things, Odell Beckham. What was that? I mean, when I saw him do it, I was like, wow, when did we sign Antonio Brown? But
it was an interesting one. I'll give you that.
It was funny, but like, come on, not the time. Really? Like this is Randy Moss mooning the crowd at Green Bay. Like, it's terrible. It's not a good look. I don't know. So, all right. So we covered how awful the officiating was this weekend. Who are the contenders right now? I mean, we're 3 weeks in. Give me your picks, Bengal and Tree. And then
for each division or just overall?
Just overall, like just do NFC, AFC. I mean, we're 3 weeks in. We've had a good look at full speed football. So what do you think we're seeing here?
I will add real quick when we're on the note. I don't think the Giants are out of it just yet. I think.
Oh my God.
No, listen to me.
Okay.
Because I would have said chance, but the fourth quarter gave me hope. It's bad. They gave.
Okay.
This week, Giants Super Bowl. If they don't win, the season's over.
I'm honestly not that impressed with the Eagles. I'm sorry, but
they're terrible.
Like they're not that impressed. I'm not impressed, but that's just me.
Major contenders. I mean, you look at the Packers out of the NFC every time. You look at the Falcons. I don't really see many contenders in the West. The Seahawks really haven't looked good. So mainly Seahawks, Falcons in the NFC, and then the AFC. Despite losing to the Chiefs week 1. And barely scraping a victory over the Texans. I think the Patriots, obviously, I think the Chiefs, the Raiders looked awful. So, I mean, those are my top 4, I would say.
Yeah, the Raiders losing to the Skid. Not a good look. Yeah. Not a good look. And
wasn't even close either.
Horrible.
Yeah, that was horrible bad. Tree, who are your contenders? Who are your pretenders?
AFC, personally, my contenders right now, I would say the Chiefs look pretty legit. Kareem Hunt looks like a stud. I'm sorry. Like, I mean, it may be the first few weeks when they're still trying to get the tape on the guy, but the man can break out big plays. And they need another big play guy to complement Tyreek. And I think they really found their guy. Personally, I think the Patriots still have more to offer than what they've shown. Their defense has been really iffy. But if they can get that together, I think they're okay.
Yeah.
Pretenders, the Steelers have definitely been very overrated, even as an all-in year. And I'm saying this not as like a hater, but like literally, like barely beat the Browns. You beat a Vikings team starting Case Keenum, and you lost to the Bears. Like, you do not look good right now. And your offense looks very iffy. Your defense has a lot of holes. And if you can't fix them, you're in trouble. For the NFC, I would say definitely, I think the Lions look pretty good right now.
They do
Packers,
look good.
Obviously, but that's more based on Aaron Rodgers. I would say the Cowboys are very like in...
I don't think you could say that they're even at. The Cowboys are really bad. The NFC East is kind of like...
wide open.
It's a crapshoot.
Yeah.
Like, literally, even the Redskins could win it right now, which is sad. But, like, for the West, like, same thing. It's a crapshoot. I mean, the Rams could win this division right now. That's how bad it is. The Seahawks have no offensive line. Like, none. And, like, personally, for a Falcons, for the South, the total pretender for me are the Panthers. They are garbage right now. They beat 2 teams that are absolutely awful in the Bills and the 49ers. And they did not look good doing it. They were exposed by the Saints. They couldn't put points on the board. Cam Newton is a turnover machine. They got blown up in their face by Drew Brees. And they just look terrible right now. They are injured. They have lost Greg Olsen. Kelvin Benjamin's hurt again, even though it's late. Press the panic button. They're done.
Yeah, that's a pretty thorough answering of the question right there. For me, I think the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs look really good. Honestly, Alex Smith and Andy Reid, 2 guys that choke more than Bob Huggins in the first and second round, look really good. And this is what they do. They look good at the beginning of the year and they peter out. But right now, they look good. I think I mean, it's wide open for the Chiefs to get to have a 13-3 record. So they're going to be tough, but the Patriots, never count them out. Never count out the Patriots. And from there, it's a crapshoot. And the NFC, I don't know. The Falcons, they look pretty good. The Cowboys, for as much hate as you guys want to put on them, I think that when they went out to Denver, they probably stayed out a little too late. Maybe got a little too much hash oil going on, and they didn't really take it seriously. But for the most part, I think that they will be a troublemaker.
They have no defense.
Yeah, but they run the ball, man, and they got Ezekiel.
But they were really, really bad in the entire first half versus Arizona, and then they came alive late in the game and kind of blew it open.
I don't know. I think I'm maybe using negative reinforcement. If I say they're good, maybe they'll start sucking, and then that's what I'll get what I want. Just like Tree with the Penguins, where he's just like, "Fuck the Penguins," and they win. And he's like, "Oh, okay, Penguins."
No, I didn't really say that. I said I didn't think they'd actually win the cup because they were dealing with a bunch of injuries.
Yeah, but them beating the Caps, I've never seen someone so mad at his team for winning a playoff series as you were when they beat the Caps.
I wanted to shred them. I felt like it would be a good challenge.
So are you the guy? I want to ask this question. Are you the guy that when your fantasy team, if some guy is going to score and put your fantasy team on top, against the Steelers, you would be happy? Like if you started Odell and he had to score 4 touchdowns, and it meant that
honestly, I feel like that's how a lot of people are. I'm not saying that's just me. Honestly, I'm pissed now because I faced Jordan Howard this week, and he had a big game, and that's why I lost.
So you're more mad that your fantasy team lost than the actual Steelers?
I'm happy the Steelers lost. Fuck that team.
What?
I know. That's how far my fandom's gone down the shitter, right?
I don't even care about my actual fantasy league. It's a $40 buy-in with reigning Ravens, and all I do is play DraftKings, and that's a money pit.
Yeah. Oh, so anyways, since you guys are on the stream and you guys sort of get those that are watching, I'll get you the Discord at the end there, buddy. If you saw my last video, I did the bit Scoober as the joke, and so from now on, in any video that I don't get sponsored, I will have a fake ad running, and the next one, I'll just do it before anybody gets to hear it. It's going to just be legal online gambling.
Nice.
Do you want to gamble legally? Then just gamble legally. It's called DraftKings, Play Draft, and whatever, FanDuel. Dude, don't tell me, Bengal, that it's not gambling, because it totally is.
It totally is. You're putting money on the line, and you're either winning or losing money. That's what gambling is.
Wait, you're explaining this to me? I like how you can go against one other person. You don't even need to really, join a league where it takes skill to draft. You can just be like, let me just bet against this other jackass. That's
not really what DraftKings is.
Play Draft is like that. By the way,
I don't do that. I don't know anything about that. I just you go in and you choose whatever league you want, and there are hundreds of thousands of people in some of them.
Hundreds of thousands.
Take advantage of the idiot.
Oh my gosh, I do kind of need to do DraftKings. I need to get my gambling fix on. I don't know.
I'm addicted.
I'm off on
a problem. Someone wants me to move to Las Vegas in a couple of years, and that's a disaster.
Actually,
maybe we can watch some Golden Knights and Raiders. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I do.
Actually, I know a lot of people that move out to Vegas, and a lot of them don't gamble or do any of that. You end up hating it pretty much.
I'm not one of those people.
You probably just go in the industry to make the money. That's probably how it is.
An Indian casino, bet my car on the line, walk back.
When I go to Vegas, I have a limit. I just, it's $100, and if I lose that money, then that's it, and I walk out. But some people just don't have that gene.
Maybe you can make it back. You lose it.
That's right. If I sell my car and put it on black.
If I put the deed to my house on 21,
If I sell my wife to slavery, maybe I'll be able to win this brand new car.
Hey, I think that's how I think on a Tuesday, and there's no car involved. I just start at the first part. Anyway,
I auction off my children for money to gamble with.
I've got 2. How much you willing to pay?
I'll sell my young
That's
son.
at least 48.
$48? I'll take it.
Sell him to this nice young man from Afghanistan. He wants to do something called bachabazi.
What?
Oh, God.
Oh God.
No, not that.
Not that.
Whatever you do, don't tell them to get the Portuguese breakfast.
So wait a minute. Reed McAvoy, I've completely overlooked this. Reed put in 269. I like how he put in 69, and it says, yes, I can hear you. So Reed, is that my first sponsor? Is that how that works with the super chat for $2.69? That's pretty dope.
Not sponsor, but donation.
Wow. I just got $2.69. Thanks, Reed. By the way, Reed's always active on my Twitter, in the comments, on my videos. Like, you know, a lot of people have videos and they just don't respond to people, but I read all the comments and I see the people that come to every video, and Reed's one of those dudes. So that's pretty awesome, dude. Appreciate it. Anyways, let's go back to, let's try to keep it on topic, and we're going to wrap up here. Well, 37 minutes. We've done some time here, but we'll try to do it before my wife gets home and starts yelling in the background. All right, so some hot takes here. We got baseball. Playoffs are shaping up. Arizona clinches a wild card game. And
Called that months ago.
yeah, number one, that's pretty
The
awesome.
best player in baseball, David Peralta.
You think David Peralta is the best? You don't like Goldie? What about Goldie, baby?
Well, Peralta's pretty underrated.
Peralta, the freight train.
He is.
Train.
Freight Twain.
Personally, you got to get yourself some Robbie Ray, man. That dude's a stud.
Are you dwinking? I thought Twee's the one that dwinks during the stream.
Dwink.
Wait, Dwayne.
So
Hey, nothing wrong with old dwinking. You know what I mean? You're high as fuck right now. Don't talk.
hey,
David
my kids are
Peralta is
listening.
the best player in baseball.
He's pretty dope. All right, let me look at some stats for David Peralta so we can.
Don't bother. He's just the best. Just take my word.
Okay, hold on. I need some proof.
No, you definitely don't.
All right, stats at Baseball Reference. All right, so this year he's had 512 at bats, 297, 14 bombs, outfielder. Okay, you're ruining my expectation of this guy. I thought, I was going to see Aaron Judge type numbers, but
Nah, he flies under the radar.
Yeah,
Or you could say
if batting
under the track, freight train.
Right, if batting 297 and hitting 14 bombs is under the radar, I'd say that's pretty accurate. I mean,
It's
that's
true.
just actually that's the radar. I don't know if he's above or under it, but
He's under it.
Okay, thanks for that. Okay, so is losing the wild card game like a sloppy HJ in a theater?
No, it's a brutal defeat, and I'm saying this as a person who is a fan of a team that has lost several wild cards, especially one after a 97-win season. It's fucking bullshit. That's why I fucking hate the wild card game. A 162 game after a 1-win season? No.
But it is like a consolation. It's like, look, you're like kind of good enough to get into the playoffs, so we'll give you a playoff.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen to the Twins and Rockies. Oh look, there's Kyle Schwarber hitting a home run. Fuck, there goes our season. Oh well, time to go to the drink.
Well, even worse, what about the team that's supposed to win the game and they lose? Like, one pitcher just gets hot and just is like, I'm throwing blankers for 9 innings, and they go all the way to whatever,
Well, that's the thing. The Phillies right now could take on the Cleveland Indians. They could throw out Aaron Nola. He can throw a gem. And they'd still advance. That's the problem with the wild card game. They're not dealing with, the rare situations. Or he can deal with, a Baltimore manager being a dumbass. Or throwing out Ubaldo Jimenez when he has Zach Britton in the bullpen.
Right.
Or Connor Gillespie can hit a pinch hit 3-run home run.
Wasn't there a game, I think it was involving the Braves, where there was like a infield fly or some shit, and it was like miscalled, or I don't know, something.
It was the Braves versus the Cardinals in 2013.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, man, you're good. But anyways, so baseball's winding down. Quick pick. Who do you think is going to win the World Series? Bengals? Astros. All right.
I'm going to say the Indians. They're on fire right now. I think they break the curse.
I think you're throwing out a lot of words there. Is that any racial undertones with words like fire and curse?
No, actually, I'm not a woke internet journalist, so I'm not going to call Chief Wahoo racist. It's cheesy as fuck, but it is not racist. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Chief Nakahoma.
It's cheesy. That's all it is.
Chief
it's just
Nakahoma
like some really
was
cheesy, smiling ass Indian. It's like whatever. Fuck it. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Indian is not even the right nomenclature, right? Shouldn't it be like Algonquin?
I feel like that's half the fun.
Native American.
Right.
Indians were what they were called when Christopher Columbus came because he thought he was
right. But wouldn't it be better to have like a tech support, like that as that would be racist, right? Like that would be truly racist if they were like the Cleveland Indians. Like that would be racist as fuck.
Indian term.
Right.
Or somebody tipping 10% on a fucking. That's an Indian.
All right, White. Who's your pick for the White? Who's your pick for the World Series winner? Real quick.
It's going to be a long shot, but I'm going to pick the Arizona Diamondbacks. I think their pitching staff can actually get the wild card game and
all right. Okay.
face the Dodgers, who they know very intimately.
I think the Diamondbacks make the World Series. I agree with you.
Wow, I thought you just drank. I didn't know you smoked too, Tree. Wow, both of y'all.
What? I think the Diamondbacks are underrated. Shut up. I mean, I probably jinxed them for that, but whatever. I don't give a shit.
All right. I think the Yankees are going to win the World Series just because I hate them. And again, looking for that first round exit and Aaron Judge. I think he's a horse, right? Like, does he?
I'm a Yankees fan.
Oh, you are?
By the way.
Oh, yeah. Well, then I'm gonna throw your team. Aaron Judge. If he had the choice between taking the train or moving a couple blocks down, I think he's gonna hoof it because that guy has a horse face. Like Aaron Judge walks into a bar and the bartender is like, "Why the long face, bro? What's going on?" Like.
He's a two-trick pony, bombs and strikeouts.
Pony is the exact phrase I would, or horse, because I mean literally he looks like Lurch. I can't do it, man. But he's a stud. 50 home runs.
Gary Sanchez is a stud. That's a guy that can hit consistently too.
I think this David Peralta guy.
If David Peralta was on the Yankees, it's a bang shot World Series easily.
I mean, yeah. I think they should make a last-second trade for him. All right, another hot take. Hockey. We're getting close to regular season, final cuts. I just love hockey. It's going to be a great year. The Rangers are going to suck ass.
Beautiful.
The Rangers are not going to be good. I mean,
I hate the Rangers.
Yeah, when you look at every good team, they have 2 elite forwards and 1 elite defenseman, and the Rangers have Matt Zuccarello, Rick Nash, and Ryan McDonough. So
the thing with the Rangers is they are pretty much just begging Henrik Lundqvist to not fall apart. That is what the Rangers are banking on right now.
It sounds it's
goalie.
Yeah, it's very similar to the Giants where Eli Manning, Lundqvist. It is a change of the guard, really. Now in New York. All right.
They should have had Ranta, but they traded him.
Yeah.
And they still haven't replaced the Stepan. So they're kind of in that weird phase.
Yeah, losing Step was not good either. All right, basketball. Basketball also starts when hockey. I got one question. Who's going to lead the league? Which team will lead the league in drama this year? Just nothing on the court. Warriors. You think is KD gonna fuck Steph Curry's mom? Is that what's gonna happen?
They're gonna lead the league in everything, including drama. I will bank on that.
You know what I like about the NBA is you don't even need to predict. It's gonna be Warriors Cavs. There's no reason to even just be like, oh, okay, let's put our predictions
I'm taking
together.
the dark horse. I'm gonna say the Jazz.
The Jazz? Okay. No Gordon Hayward.
All those Mormons are getting to him.
Gordon Hayward's on the Celtics now.
I wish there was a team in the NBA that was like the NCAA, where there's always a team of just 10 white guys, like in the NCAA, and they run some pick and roll stuff, and then the committee then the committee always matches them against like a historical black college where like and they just get they get nuts on their head like the entire game, and I just love it. I'm just like, yeah, run that Princeton offense, but sometimes they scare you too, where they do that like Duke basketball shit where they're just, like doing pick and rolls and motion cut offense, and you're like, they're hanging with these brothers, man. I'm gonna lose $20.
Yeah, because they're going to be coached by Coach K, and then he's going to yell and bully at his teammates the whole time. And then Grayson Allen's just going to dick punch people the whole time. We know how this is going to go.
Big fan of the dick punch myself. Classic.
I am.
Not used enough.
I love
I like the Falcon punch
especially
too.
when it's not involving me.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, I'd rather give than receive for sure.
Especially if you're on the giving end.
That's always a great ball.
I definitely appreciate the dick punch. It's a lost art. It really is. I mean, there's an entire martial art around punching people in the dick. It's called.
City Comedy's ruined the dick punch. I hate it.
Yeah, they did. All right, we're wrapping up here. This is fun. This week's Lao Cows. So mine. Well, actually, I'll let you guys go first.
Yeah.
Tree, it's on you.
Tree, this is your bit.
Personally, for my lol cow of the week, Marcus Cooper of the Chicago Bears.
Oh.
A man who had a near Super Bowl, or like a near touchdown return at the end of the half, showboated before the 20-yard line, came to a near stop at the 5, and then was stripped of the ball before he crossed the plane. And even then, after that, he had a couple big penalties that led to more Steeler touchdowns. The man had an absolutely awful game, and I'm surprised he's not cut by now. Marcus Cooper, you are my lol cow of the week.
Oh, that was perfect right there. Can we watch that clip real quick? Hold on. Marcus Cooper. I wish I would have known that was going to be your Lao Cow, because this is hilarious. I don't want to watch an ad. God damn it.
I've been installed an ad block.
Don't say that aloud.
Oh, no.
Like this.
Here we go. Here it is.
Anything this year.
Here it is.
That was blocked. The Bears have it. The Bears are going to get a touchdown out of this.
Here we go.
This is like the Titanic swerving into the...
Yeah, told you.
Oh my God, that was terrible. That was the worst I've ever seen. Holy shit.
That's typical Bears, man.
At that
Typical
point,
Bears.
I honestly thought that the Bears were tanking. Like, they went on to win the game, but I was like, these guys have to be tanking. There's no way.
They're awful. Jordan Howard's the only positive part of that team. They have no receiving core. They have no quarterback. I'm sorry, I'm not sold on Trubisky just yet, even though they're probably clamoring for him right now. But it's bad.
Yeah. All right. Bengal, your lol cow, please.
I got to go with Eli Apple. It's just I watch him so often, and I feel like I could pick him or Eric Flowers really at any point on any day of any year. As long as they're on the field, they're making mistakes. Eli Apple, a couple of brutal pass interferences that led to multiple yards and scores for the Eagles. He did it last week. He did it against Dallas. If he's not letting up touchdowns, he is letting up yardage from penalties. He's awful. But, yeah, Eric Flowers is another conversation. I'm choosing Eli Apple for this week.
All right, Mephisto, you got a Lao Cow?
Do I have a Lao Cow? Yes, I do. And I'm amazed you didn't talk about him. Richard Sherman is my Lao Cow of the week.
That's pretty good.
Football social justice warrior. Good pick.
Yeah.
You get penalized 3 times on one play. How you did that, I'm amazed. And then, in the second quarter, you try to take out the team's quarterback and basically start an all-out riot. That made Berkeley seem, wholesome.
Let me tell you, my sister by the way, you bring up Berkeley. So my sister went to Evergreen State for 1 year. And
Poor bastard.
I know it's in Olympia, Washington. First of all, the hippies are really mean, and they had this thing called the free box where you could just go there and like people would leave their junk and you could like take whatever or give whatever, and then some drug addict set the free box on fire, and that's
Good.
Sounds like that just sounds like Washington.
That sounds like a free, open society with no rules, right? You just set the one thing that the community thing on fire. That's how socialism works. All right, so my Lao cow is Odell Beckham, not for his play, which was amazing. The two touchdowns catches were unbelievable, but you know the whole dog thing was beyond what he should have done. In fact, I might. You know, I walked my dog earlier, and he did that, and I was like, "Oh, Odell, there you go." So that
he might have been paying homage to Michael Vick with the whole Philadelphia.
Did he go into some tall brush and pick out some ducks?
No, I think if he would have paid homage to Vick, he just would have like pretended that he was being electrocuted. Just
that's a classic.
That really happened too. That's like, anyways,
a little bit of dog murdering never hurt anyone.
Well, you know, I hear they're tasty. All right, YouTubers we watch as we're about to end this. I have one, and it's this guy. I'm going to save you guys from having to do this. Guy, Tom Greiget. He does stop motion animation, and it's really nerdy, and it's probably something only I enjoy. But even for someone that doesn't build scale models, it's pretty darn awesome. Like, he just animates and does this. And, yeah, this is what I do in my spare time. All right, so as everyone is leaving the stream here and finding out how old and nerdy I am, yeah, check that guy's channel out. None of the people that we name in the YouTubers we watch know that we're even doing this. If you guys have one, hold on, I gotta mute you, Chevy Roll, real quick.
Oh, sorry.
There we go. That was quick, whoever muted him. Bengal, do you have a YouTuber that you watch that people don't know that you would?
Is there any like subscriber count limit? Because I have two that I could name.
No, just name them. Like, I like H3H3. You know, I'm not going to say
channel.
that out loud, which I just did, but I do like H3H3.
Djibouti Dubs, I think, is an incredible channel.
Djibouti Dubs? How do you spell that?
JABOODY DUBS. Djibouti Dubs. They do voiceover dubs over classic infomercials and different cartoons and things like that, and it's hilarious comedy that gets me every time. Also, there's a channel called Clickhole, which is just ridiculously terrible videos, and I enjoy them thoroughly.
So I didn't know Clickhole had a channel because I'm a huge fan of The Onion, and it's to me is satirical gold when you look at how The Onion is constructed, and you know, ever since the article that they wrote that said the Special Olympics was fixed, or Special Olympics T pitches perfect game, that to me made me fall in love with The Onion. Like, the fact that they can come up with like 10 column inches of just how the Special Olympics are fixed. Like, there's an article, it's like, look man, those kids did not cross the finish line at the same time, but they all got golds. This is rigged. This is terrible. And like, it is the greatest.
That I watch and enjoy.
Yes. All right, Tree.
I'm a big fan of comedy.
Yeah, I don't know. I am too. I'm just a fan. I don't participate in it.
No.
Tree, you got a channel that you watch that you would be ashamed? How about one that you would be ashamed to share that you like?
Ashamed to share.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
This is one I'm ashamed of right here. I should not be watching that guy. But anyways, I'm kidding. Did we lose the stream?
Huh.
It's delayed. I'm watching.
Oh, I've got Tree speechless. He's got
I
to
don't
look
know.
up.
Oh, you kind of got me in like a weird part. Like you're watching Clickhole and shit, fucking all that shit.
No, I want to.
I've really been stumbling onto this guy called Company Man. He just does like general dissections of companies' declines and falls, and personally, I find it really fascinating.
If you look
I'll
at
up
this,
a new one, but most of his stuff is pretty good, and informative.
yes, he's very good. The decline of Toys R Us. So, and then White.
Yeah, I need to see that one.
White Blanco Nino.
I do have I know. One guy I've liked so far, and I've liked him since back in, I think it was 2016. A channel called The Hockey Guy. You'll probably dig him. I don't know if you.
I think I came across him the other day. Yes, he's very stiff. Like he's just like, yeah, this is my channel. But I like him. He's grown a following. He's doing really well. The problem with hockey now, then the problem I'm having with the NHL is every time you put a single picture in your video, they copyright it. Like they're going after even a picture of like you could do Sean Avery like his hot clip of him talking about sloppy seconds, and the NHL is going to claim it. So.
God, why?
That was great. All right. I think that's it. I think we got to wrap up. Yeah. All right. Everybody in the pool. So unmute everybody. Hold on. I gotta do the instant invite. Hold on. I gotta copy this. Everybody in the pool. This is unmute your mics, everyone. Come on, jump on in. Jump into the pool. Here's everybody. All right, who we got here? I see Bud Fumble. All right.
Here we go.
What happened to Bengal? Fuck you, balls.
Shit post tonight.
John Madden. How long should I let this go for? What? Somebody is rubbing out a batch on the channel. Please stop that.
Hey, if somebody's gonna rub it out, let's do it.
Yeah, I know. If you're gonna jerk, circle jerk. All right. All right. My wife's yelling at me. Everybody, good night. I love all of you. Thank you for joining the stream. You guys rock. And
this is 5 points, Vids.
And you made it to the end of this stream. All right, 5 points. I'm out. Thanks, everybody.